viewers, welcome to my channel. If this is the first time of seeing me, my name is Emeka the Chief Priest, also known as Mazi Chukwemeka. On this channel, I discuss spiritual tips and people live a spiritual active life. Today, I want to debunk some myth, or will I say some misconception about Ordinary spirituality. You know, we have a lot of people teaching online. So many people can come and create content. I see them as content creators. I don't see them as called ones, because a content creator is saying things to pull traffic, and definitely he might be making money off his craft or off his videos. But the truth of the matter is that a called one remains a called one. There's no doubt about it. And a called one is someone that is designated or there to save lives, to help people to make something out of life, because life is all about what you make out of it. We have a lot of people coming online to teach about this, teach about that, but when it comes to Ordinary spirituality, it is not something to toy with. It's not something to play around with. It's something one has to be extra careful. Don't just teach something because you saw it somewhere or somebody taught it and you picked interest. Don't just come and say something that you are not very sure of. Whatever we're teaching is something that we have confirmed spiritually, and it's something that we are practicing. It's not something that is not based on hearsay. That is why whenever I teach something, I want you to keep practicing it. If it doesn't work for you, at least one of those teachings I say, one of those things I'm saying here, one will definitely work for you. So keep trying. So I want to debunk some myths about Ordinary spirituality. Number one is something about do not let someone feed your chi for you. When I had somebody say that, I was like, are you kidding? Are you insane? Yes, definitely there are some people that you should not allow them do spiritual. But before you go to any spiritualist, check their track record. Or if you don't want to check their track record, go to their social media handle and see the kind of content or whatever they are posting, the kind of teachings they post. And then check. Most times it's not all about having massive followers. You might see someone having 6,000 followers. Then if you check their comment section, or check the people that respond, maybe it's one or two, or let's say a handful. Then you'll be asking, where is the 6,000 people? Where are they situated? Where are these 6,000 followers? Where are they currently? So it's not all about having massive followership. It's all about, do you have people that call you? Like, I receive calls almost every day. I receive calls. People have to call to know about this, to know about that. They want to do this work and all that. So it's not all about having 1 million followers and all that. The little that you have, how productive is your work to them? So saying that somebody should not feed your chi for you is bladderdash, as long as I'm concerned. Why? Because if a real spiritualist, spiritualist that know what he does, can do work for anybody because of his agu. Because we know we have ukagu, and ukagu means someone that I have a agu that can reach out to every length and breadth of the universe. Yes, but they have some people agu that is only designated to their own jurisdiction. I mean their own local area. Why some people's agu can go beyond countries, can go farther, can go far. So that is why agu is like Christians call it the Holy Spirit. It can go above your territory, especially if you are a called one, but not those ones that maybe they are having one issue or the other. Then when somebody now come, one fake priest somewhere will tell them that they are called, and then they'll start keep spoiling things. Some of them were not tutored. Before I started this job, I had mentors. I still have mentors till today. I have people that tutored me. I have like 3 spiritualists, 3 DBS that tutored me before I stood on my own. I didn't just started this work and all of a sudden, and so it is a gradual process. So saying that someone cannot feed your chi is rubbish. Hmm? It doesn't make sense. Someone can feed your chi if the person's agu is high. If the person have a higher agu, he can feed your chi on behalf. And remember, the spiritualists have an ofo that he works with, and is that ofo that is the remote, the commanding scepter that uses to control things, and it will work. Then second thing that I want to debunk here, or I want to clarify, is about Ndi Ichie. When we talk about Ndi Ichie, we're not talking only about your ancestors, those ones that are designated in your land. Let me tell you about Ndi Ichie. If, according to Igbo cosmology, if an Igbo person or if an African person, let me use Africa now as a perspective, if an African person lived a good life, live a life that is worthy of emulation, a life that is beneficial to his immediate environment, to his community, that person is regarded as a saint. So that's the word Ndi Ichie actually means saint. Just like you have the white people, like you have Abraham, Isaac, Jacob, those ones are the saints in Judaism and Christianity. That's the way we in Igbo land will have Ndi Ichie. So when we talk about ancestors, we're not talking about ancestors in the sense that they are your forebears. I mean, your grandparents or great grandparents. No. Among your family lineage, there's one person that is living a godly life. And godliness is different from religion. Living a godliness life is different from living a religious life. A religious life is all about doing things according to doctrines, according to the things that is needed in religion for it to work. But godliness is about living a life that is beyond human comprehension. That when somebody does something, people will look and say, this person is more than a human being. This person have a good heart, a heart that is not transactional. This person is not trying to make profit off you. This person is doing things that he's doing it from the depth of his heart to see the goodness of his fellow human being. That when he does something, he's not doing it because he's expecting a reward from that person. He believes that his reward is invisible. But he's doing it because it is what he should be doing. Just like you taking a child to school, or you are teaching a child. Teaching a child is not because you want to be rewarded. I know teachers will not like this one, but teaching a child is because it is your duty as a guardian or as an elderly person to teach a younger one. So whether you are receiving payment for doing that, it doesn't is the reward is invisible. And the same way, when you're doing something that you have grown that level to do it, like you're an elderly person, you're doing something for a younger one, whether the younger person remembers you in the long run, it doesn't matter. What matters more is that you're the elder. You are doing it because it is your right, it is your duty, to do it. So that is what I'm trying to say, that Ndi Ichie are those people that they lived a selfless life. They lived a life that they want to see the goodness, they want to see the growth and development of those people that they brought into this world. So they want to see their goodness, so they did everything possible best to make sure that as they're living this planet Earth, they're leaving a legacy that is worthy of emulation. And those people, when we call them Ndi Ichie, some of them were given titles, they were crowned with titles, some of them were, respected in their local communities. They were able to attract investment into their communities. They were able to bring in projects that will put food on the table of their fellow human beings. They were able to make sure that environment is living a righteous and godly life. They are doing it because they made a covenant with the land and said that today, as they're stepping their foot on this land, that this land will become productive, that this land is going to bless them and bless their offsprings. It's going to bless every member of their family as long as they're keeping the sanctity of that land. And whenever it has to do with a covenant, back in the day, they usually, when the covenant is made, there are sacred items that will be used to seal that covenant. There are sacred items like sacred trees or sacred items that will be used. A blood of animal can also be poured on the ground to seal that agreement. They will say that from now henceforth, that whenever they're living a godliness life, that land will be blessing them. That whatever they lay their hands upon will prosper. That whoever that comes from this land will be making great exploit, even if it travels out. That as long as they remember their land, they are coming to make sure that their land is not being wiped away or being disadvantaged by outsiders. They will not allow outsiders to come and invade their land and take over their land. So as they're keeping the tenets and the agreement of that covenant, it will make them become prosperous. But those ones that have deviated by saying negative things about their land and going away from that agreement or from that covenant, they're the ones that are suffering it. That's why they'll keep running helter-skelter. They'll run from one prayer house to the other, running from one talisman to the other, running from one voodoo man to the other, running from pillar to post, and yet no solution. They'll pray, do fasting and prayer, do family deliverance, do this, do that, yet there's still no solution until that agreement is revoked. Let me give you an instance. If you are a father, that you've acquired a piece of land and you got married, you gave birth to your kids, when you're not going to live forever. Highest, you're going to live 100 years. Highest, you're going to live 150. I think the highest years one can live is 200. I don't know whoever that have lived past 200 years. Now, it is something of a joy to you that you're going to give birth to children that are going to take over from you, because one day your health and your strength will wane. It will not be strong enough for you to maintain that physical agility. Now, if you realize that none of your children is doing well, and none of your children wants to pick up from you, it's going to be giving you heartbreak. It is going to be making you feeling sad that you didn't achieve anything in your lifetime, that none of your children are doing well. So how do you think that tomorrow, after you've toiled and worked hard and you leave this planet Earth, and your children will sell off that land? You will not be happy, because it's something that you inherited from your own parents, and you don't want it to go away. You want somebody to also inherit it from you. So that is what it means by making life meaningful. That is what we mean by living a meaningful life. By that meaning, you are attaching that value that you're creating, that value system. So when we're talking about Ndi Ichie, we're not talking about some people that are in one fraternal society or one occultic group, and they will be doing things that are so terrifying and trying to put people in perpetual fear. That is not Ndi Ichie. The Ndi Ichie we know are those people that live the godly life, those people that live a selfless life, those people that are living to see the betterment of tomorrow, those people that invested in the future of the next generation. Those ones are the ones that deserve to be called Ndi Ichie. So Ndi Ichie, like you see the white people, they don't play with their ancestors. Some of them, they molded them in artifacts, in sculptures and all that, to use them to keep constantly reminding themselves that this person did something that they're benefiting today. Let me give you one instance. One of the American presidents, Donald Donald Trump. In one of his books that I read, he was talking about the investment that his grandfather made, not even his own father, that today he's wealthy because his grandfather invested in the wealth that he inherited, that he's enjoying today. Then he doesn't want his children to just want to be eating free money, that they also have to take proper care of his own um, things that he has made for himself. So that is what I'm trying to talk about in Ndiche. So when we are revering or we are calling them, we are saying that let the good spirit that they came into this world to, let it keep manifesting in everything that their offsprings are doing. Because you can't be existing today if your grandparents didn't give birth to your parents. And then another side of Ndiche might not be actually related to you in your community, but because spirit doesn't have a designated, let's say, tribe. The ancestors of your land can still be community with ancestors of other lands, because in the spirit realm, that's how they move. Let me give you another instance. If you're living in abroad and you consulted your own ancestors that you're going to abroad to stay, to find greener pastures or make a living, because you are in good terms with your own ancestors, these ancestors of your land, you will go and be communicating with the ancestors of that land where you're going to make sure that whatever you're doing there, they're doing well. That's the same way you have human government. If you get a visa, let's say you get a visa, and your visa say you're going to move to 5 countries, and they recognize that visa. If you take that visa, if you move from one territory to another territory, as long as that visa is valid, you still be recognized. You will not have to do another visa again until the tenure of that visa expires. So that is how it is. So Ndiche, they work together wherever you are situated, as long as you are feeding the one from the main source. They will make sure they're taking well care of spiritual attacks, untimely deaths, issue of things not working in the right direction. So that is how it is. So I'm going to do the next video, because this video is long. In the next video, I'm going to talk about other issues that people have been teaching and they're not teaching it well, so that people will know the truth and the truth will set them free. Thanks for stopping by. Please, in case you haven't subscribed to my channel, try as much as possible to subscribe to my channel, and then use your share button. Let other people watch this video. And in case you want to get Alpha consultation, I run an Alpha consultation service. Alpha is a revealer of all truth. Alpha can help you check what is going on in your life, what has not been done properly. In case you want to do Alpha consultation, chat me on this WhatsApp number. The WhatsApp number is 09040113281. Thanks for stopping by.